from there, we were slated to go down to the Bay Area through the Northwest, Seattle and Portland and all that. And these guys all had work, so they flew in day of the show to Spokane, while I took 3 days driving from LA in the van solo up to Spokane. So I roll in 5 p.m. day of the show in Spokane, and I'm all whacked out from driving forever. And we play our show, and everything's cool. And then after the show, we go down just two doors down to a bar, and we're having drinks with people who put the show on. And Seb and I are talking to these two girls, and one of them, we were like swapping stories about scars. I know this sounds all really scandalous or whatever. Like
It was.
The girl's like, yeah, I got my scar on my leg from jumping off my bike because I almost got hit by a car, like right there down the street. And we'd had a couple drinks, and we were like, okay, hey, let's go for a walk, see where you ate shit on your bike. And it sounded like a great idea. So we take off walking, and we're walking alongside this giant theater that's across the street from the bar where we had been drinking. And the theater was under construction. Nobody's in there. It's like a construction site. And we decided, as we're walking alongside, we're like, dude, let's go inside and explore. It'll be awesome. So we go through a gap in the fence. Didn't have to hop a fence or anything. Just walk in. There's no doors on the building, so we just waltz through the doors, and we're walking around there with our cell phones open like flashlights, and we were in there for literally 3 minutes, no more. And 5 squad cars roll up, and we're like, oh shit. And so Seb and this one girl walk outside, and we hear the police go, get on the ground now, and, like yelling at him. And I'm inside with this other girl, and we're like, oh man, we should try to go hide. And then we see flashlights coming from inside the building toward us, and we're like, oh, or not. I guess someone jigs up. So we go outside, and they throw us on the ground. Then they put us on the cop car, cuff us. Meanwhile, Bird Monster, the rest of my band, the entire bar has cleared out onto the street, and they're all watching us, and I feel like a total ass. And I'm like, cuffed on this cop car. They throw us in jail. It's like 3 in the morning by the time we get booked. We have the mug shots, by the way. I should show you those. And we ended up getting tossed in jail. Seb and I had our own cell to ourselves from 3 a.m. till noon. And then at noon, they split us up and put us into these 2 separate like dorm-style jail cells with about 15 inmates in each. And Seb apparently like totally hit it off with all the inmates and was like chatting away, like making pals and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Criminal at heart.
My cellmates were great.
It was and
I still write.
and I was inside my cell just like trying to sleep and not talking to anyone because they were freaking me out. Like one guy was pacing back and forth the whole time, and like another dude got up and barked everywhere, and I was like, this is not good. And we eventually got bailed out. They charged us with second-degree burglary, which is a felony. And we ended up missing our show that night in Portland, obviously.
Crystal Ballroom, right?
Yeah, we had a show at the Crystal Ballroom, and we had to bail. Bird Monster went on without us. And we got bailed out after 16 hours. All the charges got dropped, but it was just total bullshit. And they had us freaked out because they said we got booked on a Friday night, and they said it was going to take 72 business hours to process us, which would be essentially our entire... It would be like 5 days straight of touring, which would have been crappy to miss and crappy to spend in jail.
So, did you already talk about how we visited you?
Oh shit, yeah.
So Roner and I, like, we all, you already said that we all watched these guys get fucking cuffed.
Yeah.
From across the street. We were playing pool with Bird Monster, and we looked over, and all this hubbub was going on, and we were like, wouldn't that be funny if Kevin and Seb were getting arrested right now? And then me and Justin from Bird Monster were like, that looks like Seb on the ground kissing the street. And then so we go out there and we're like, yeah, look at him, that's them. And then me and Roner we're like kind of like waving to him like, hey guys. That was hilarious. I thought it was really funny. And then
Bird Monster wrote free Kevin Seb on their van too.
Kevin says he felt like an ass, and it's because he looked like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
He was like sitting on the hood of the cop car.
We just thought it was
handcuffed.
hysterical.
We thought it was really funny because we were drinking beer and laughing, and so they get taken off to the station, and me and Rona were like, well, you know, they'll probably get held in the drunk tank or something for like a little while, and then we'll go pick them up later. So we drive to a motel, get a room, crash out, and wait for them to call us. We wake up in the morning the next day, and like we've got all these messages from like their parents on the phone going, did you hear what happened? Kevin's ever in jail, and you need to go visit him and get him out, and all this stuff. So we're like, shh, damn. So we go down to the county jail, and we're like, we're here to see Kevin, because Kevin had some like Kevin's mom hooked up a lawyer, and we had to talk to Kevin and tell him like not to say anything and all this stuff. So, anyways, we get there, and it's like me and Roner, and like a bunch of like just I don't know.
A range of people.
A wide variety of people.
Ryan and I and some other people.
Everyone in there, like the people, Seb and I were getting arraigned with like 30 other people, and there was a dude in there who's like a career criminal. He's like up in jail for 20 years. And he got caught with a loaded gun wrapped in a ski mask in his car. And another dude got caught with like a scale piled with meth on it and like shit like that. And then it's us sitting there, and we're like, the guy literally pointed, he's like going through the room, this like big gangster dude, like telling everyone what their sentence was gonna be because he's been sentenced so many times. He's like a fucking lawyer. So we're like, cool. And he points at us and he's like, what did you two little white motherfuckers do? Get drunk and walk into a building or something? And we're like, yeah. It was hilarious. We did not fit.
So anyway.
But yeah, so we like go up to see Kevin. We waited to visit him. We were in this waiting room, kind of going, "Oh my God, what is this
We
place?"
still, at this point, Ryan and I are still like, oh man, this.
We thought it was the funniest.
This is
thing.
hilarious.
Like, this is so funny. We have to see these
This
guys
just
in
the,
jail.
yeah. And it's just the gas.
Yeah.
That's what we thought.
So we get up and we're in this room, and then they put us into like an elevator with like no buttons, and they tell us like don't touch the walls. They'll push the button for us and send us up, and we're like, wow, this is getting kind of weird. And then we get up to our floor. We walk into this room with the window, with the glass, the two-way glass thing, and we sit down, and there's like a board, and it's got like all these like etchings in it, like so-and-so plus so-and-so, like I miss you baby, like, and it's just getting like weirder and weirder. And then we wait for a while, and we're going, this isn't so good. And then Kevin comes through the door, and he's in like a size 2XL jumpsuit, and his hair is just like, and we're like, me and Ron are kind of look at each other, we're like, oh. He looked
Real
like
bad.
the worst I've ever seen.
And we went like this to the glass.
We like put our hand on the
fingertips.
glass. We're like, man, you look real bad.
It sucked.
He was really sad. His spirit was like. But it just got. I mean, at that point, we all kind of knew it was really serious, and we should just be supportive.
So like,
Stop joking.
long story
Stop
short,
joking.
basically, we got out of jail. All the charges got dropped. Everything was cool, man, because it was ridiculous. So the next day, we're playing at an apartment, like where they have shows. It's like this apartment above a bar in downtown Portland. It's a cool place. And the cops shut our show down, which has never happened at a show there before, so that sucked. And then Seb had put his glasses down on stage, and I stepped on him by accident and crushed his glasses. So you couldn't really see. So that was the next day. So it was jail, then broken glasses, cops. Then the next day, Ryan's amp broke.
The transmission broke.
Then we drove to Sacramento from Seattle, played our show. Right after the show, our transmission on the van gave out, and that was a $3,000 repair. So, and we had to like rent a U-Haul trailer, and we borrowed my dad's truck because they lived like 2 hours away from Sacramento.
So we did the rest of the shows in a pickup truck with a trailer, U-Haul trailer.
Yeah, and then
all of us in the cab.
while the van's getting fixed in like Sacramento, and then everybody else flies back to LA because we didn't have a car. And I hung out in the Bay Area until the van was done. And then when the van was done, I took off from the Bay Area to drive home. In 10 minutes with the drive, I hit a nail and blew a tire, and I had to wait until the next day to drive home.
So that was a sweet tour.
Yeah, it was the Voodoo Hex Tour.
Yeah.